Hello everybody, and welcome back to the School of City Skylining. Now, if you didn't watch the beginner episode, go watch it. Or, if you're just watching because you watch that, then welcome back. This is part 2. Today we will be covering more complex features. We'll be covering different road layouts, the basics of public transportation, as well as some more complicated methods of parks, education, and maybe if we have time, the high density stuff. Right? I'm eating a yogurt too. So, we're going to start by creating a one-way system. We're going to bring a one-way road out and over. Now, one-way systems can be used in a... Oh, not like that. In a huge variety of ways. I will be showing you how to use some of them. Now, the one-way starts here, right? We are now going to switch over to our upgrade and upgrade these roads to have 6 lanes. And go in the middle here. We're gonna go over to one of our 3 tools. Right now I'm gonna pick straight. I'm gonna line it up the way I want it. And then I'm gonna go right down the middle. That's usually not enough to cover it all. Especially if you want beauty in cities, make little alleyways like that. They're not the best for traffic flow, but they're usually fine. We're gonna select over to this. And you know, you'd be wondering why I'm creating such a big area. Well, this is going to be a commercial zone. All this purely reserved for commercial. And the reason we have it one way is to direct the truck flow. So trucks, hang on, you just come in, go around, maybe down through the middle, but then exit the same way, and they don't clog up these streets back here. Right. Now, we're gonna take some of this smaller road. We're gonna bring it out just a little bit. We're gonna add a go over to freeform here and a nice curve to it. Yeah, just like that. Doesn't that look beautiful? And go in between that, line up another area of perfect zoning. And we'll leave it a cul-de-sac. Why not? There we go. Beautiful. We're gonna lay the water out for everyone. Just like so. Great. I don't know, looks like our water availability is going down, so we're gonna pop down another water tower. Let me take a... Some good fucking yogurt. Alright, we did get all our services in last time, right? Yeah, I'm assuming we did. Education. Oh, yes, high school. Now, I'm not sure if I said this in the last episode, but I'll say it again. The high school is the well-educated one. Alright, so right now we have 25% of people have graduated elementary school. 0 high school and 0 graduated university. 75% of our population, however, just didn't do anything at all. It seems like we actually may be having power issues. Yes, we do. We're gonna go ahead and invest right here in another power plant. keep the electricity flowing. Because, you know, that's kind of important. Alright, do we have public transit? No, we don't. When do we get public transit? 2,600. Alright, we gotta get 600 more people and I can introduce you all to that. In the meantime, I'm just... What are the chips? Actually, no, I'm not gonna eat chips on camera. That's kind of a dick move. I'll just eat yogurt. Mmm. Oh, I obviously didn't cover parks and land value yet, so I'll cover that now. So, we're gonna go to our info views here. I'm gonna find land value, because I didn't there it is. As you can see, our land value has increased around our little town here. And has decreased where there's pollution. Keep that in mind. Citizens will get mad when the land value is too low for them. Especially higher density, residential and commercial zoning. They get mad easily. So, the land value right now is in the blue, which is good. It's about as neutral as you can get, right? But we want to get this up. So how do you get it up? Well, there's two ways. We could use unique buildings. And these produce noise and happiness. So they're not ideal. These are more ideal for a downtown situation. These two, but these can be placed everywhere because they don't produce as much noise. And also they fit better. So ideally we want to go for parks and plazas. We're also going to assume that you don't have any unique buildings just for the sake of argument, because you're watching this. You probably haven't done shit in the game yet. So we can go to parks here. We have a bunch of different styles. We have we can make little like mini fairs. My favorite is probably the Japanese garden, just because it's so small in comparison. This one's good too, but it's bigger. That's a couple of nice ones. Where's the big one? Is that the big one? Yeah, I guess it is. So parks don't cost a lot. And as you can see now, there's a darker blue here where the park is. And around that one unique building. That's good. Right now we're going to attend to some of our residential demand. I'd say once you can get a sufficient amount of income, well, coming in, it's time to start branching away from the grid style. You can keep the grid you currently have. Nothing's wrong with the grid. But I'd say now is a good time to kind of branch away. Or at least make it somewhat interesting. Like, I'm not going to completely abandon the grid. I'm just going to, you know, spice it up here and there. Freeform road there. Curve road there. Trust me, in this game, a little bit of spicing up goes a long way. Now you're gonna notice we're losing a couple people a week. That's because we're bulldozing their homes. So yes, that has an effect. Alright, we're gonna zone... Yeah, we'll zone all of it, why not? Yes. Low density population is highly inefficient. This does not look like a town to 2,000. This looks like a town to maybe a couple hundred in real life. Not 2,300. So the population density, it's a bit skewed. But, yeah, whatever. We're gonna go right here. Industry, it's always a good idea to keep it nice, simple grid. Preferably big roads, but I'm not going to use them simply because I don't want to waste too much money. You can, I'm not telling you not to, if you're new to the game, I would recommend you use bigger roads, just I'm not, because I know what I'm doing. You know, in this episode, we're also going to cover industry specializations. So we're going to do that now. Actually, no, we only have 1,000 or 100 people left to transport, so we'll just cover transport first. Or at least basic. Excuse me while I eat my yogurt. I have no more yogurt. There it is, alright. Now, you'll notice we've unlocked the ferry and the tram. This is DLC items, alright? Don't worry about that. Here are new policies. And here we got a bunch of roads. That's the pipes DLC. The helicopter depots are DLC. Don't worry, I'll make all individual videos dedicated to the DLC. Right now, we're only going to focus on buses and taxis. Ferries are no. Ferries and trams are part of two different things. We don't even want to get into that. So let's start off with buses after I put water pipes down. So for a bus line, you need a bus depot. Yeah. Now this produces noise. It doesn't matter where you put this. I tend to put them in industrial zones. But you can put them wherever. Commercial and industrial don't matter. So you'll now notice that we have 4 and 6 lane roads with bus lane. This large avenue with bus lanes, don't worry about that. This is mass transit. Alright. And also it's like the exact same thing as this. So, I don't... Anyway, so we're gonna say I want a bus line going up, down, and around this one way. But we don't have one-way bus lanes. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to upgrade. We're gonna go to this main boulevard and put bus lanes in it. Keep in mind this will reduce the amount of traffic that can get through, because now instead of having 3 lanes for traffic to move, you only have 2, because the bus lane takes up 1. So we're gonna go to create new line. We're just gonna go bring it up and around. Now this purple path, the color will change. Just keep in mind that's where your bus is going to be. So you notice we have to go around. So I'm gonna bring it through this little commercial zone. Sometimes you have to guide it around like that. Congrats! We now have our first bus line. So up in the corner you will see our transport tab. This tab tells you the approximate amount of citizens or weekly passengers, meaning passengers that ride your public transport option at least once or twice a week. Tourists, that's about how many tourists the buses and trains and shit are transporting. You'll notice we have monorails, cable cars, ferries, and I think that's it. Oh no, and trams. Trams you'll see in the base game, but they're not actually there. It's that purple one. I don't know why it's in the base game, but when I, like, even before I had Snowfall, like, there was tram icon there, and I was very confused. Like, what the fuck? Where's my trams? But, whatever. Oh yes, and there's no dedicated blimp. But, you know, we don't need to worry about that. So taxi depot, I'm gonna put that right there. They're a lot smaller. I don't think they produce as much noise. Oh no, they produce a lot more noise. Never fucking mind. And you'll have these things called taxi stands. So when taxis aren't out collecting passengers, they'll go back to the depot, right? What taxi stands do, we can set some of these bad motherfuckers up. Put one there, and one over here. So now taxis, instead of going to the depot, will go to one of these three, and people can walk up and get in taxis and go. Right? Okay. That's 5K. Hang on, I have to yawn. Alright, we're gonna go back, revisit our roundabout here. So you'll notice we now have highways. Usually you are only gonna have the highway ramp here, the highway, and the highway with sound barrier. All the rest are mass transit DLC. Now what you want to do, you want to upgrade this. All of these roads. Get them to a highway. Look at how much better traffic flow is. Right? I wonder what the name of our highway is back there. I can't even read it. Charles Highway. And Olivia Highway. Alright. Those are just things of the... whatever you call it. Anyway. Those names aren't important. Ah, yes. And now we're faced with the problem here. Find out what the problem is. We're gonna post here. Not enough educated workers. Now, you're gonna see in that little tab, they need they have 2 jobs available. To run it, they need 2 uneducated workers or higher, and 5 educated or higher workers. So what does this mean? This means we have to put more money into a school. Now there's 2 ways to do that. We could open up the economy panel and go to budget. Down here, we can see all the budgets for everything we're spending. So we're gonna check out the education budget, where it's at $160 a week. We're just gonna crank that up 15%, 16%. So now if we go to our school panel, our schools can hold 16% more people. However, that's not enough for a growing city, so we're gonna get a second one. And then we are also going to purchase a high school. I'm just gonna put that right there. Keep in mind, schools do not cause any excess noise. There is no noise pollution caused by schools. These icons here are abandoned buildings. They have higher fire risks, and it's just a good idea to demolish them. Because, you know, they're abandoned buildings. And also they lower land value around it, but whatever. Okay, so now let's cover industry specializations. We're gonna go to a natural resources tab. Now, as you can see, we have 4 natural resources to use. We have oil, ore, forests, and fertile land. Now, they're all color coded on the ground. So this green here is forest, but if you look on the ground, there's actually oil underneath it. And our industry zone is very close to that. So how to specialize industry? We're gonna go over here. Do we have oil? No, we don't. So we'll do a forest industry then. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna zone the area that you want to be your selected industry, where all the natural resources are. I'm gonna make that a district. Make sure you paint it in. Now we're gonna go over to industry specializations. Go to the little forest industry and select that. Now we are going to bring in our roads. Go to about here and bring it all the way down here. Now we're working in a confined space, so I'm going to be using smaller roads. Again, you don't have to, you can use bigger roads. There we go. So no, a grid isn't always going to be viable. It's like here we have to make some obvious adjustments to your fabled fucking grid here. Alright, guess we're snapping to the end then. Alright, so there you go. We now have the road layout built. All we have to do now is zone it with industry. Now, a couple of things to keep in mind here. Forest industry and fertile land, aka agricultural industry, do not produce any pollution whatsoever. Noise, yes. Pollution, no. Also, specialized industry buildings are always at the highest level. Okay, I was gonna see if we have a commercial specialization, but we don't, so we're not even gonna touch on that. That's for another day. And now we're gonna bring a new road down through here. We gotta expand. Because if you look, our residential demand is higher. There we go. Now, we need to build new roads. But oh no, look, we're out of space. That means I'm gonna take the boulevard, bring it way down. Note how I'm starting to use bigger roads. Keep in mind, late game you're always gonna be using bigger roads for 95% of things. Except if you're making suburbs, which then, okay, you won't be using big fucking roads. But for 99% of roads, you know, your downtown roads, your high D roads, you're going to be using large, medium to large roads. So just get in the large roads right away. Because if you know, when we go to, say, upgrade, check it. They bulldoze our houses. So yeah. I got a really bad pain in my wrist there for some reason. I have arthritis. Arthritis. Also, I'm not able to talk today for whatever reason, but you probably noticed that by now. Let's see. Oh yeah, I probably didn't. I was gonna say, probably didn't do the water for here, and you're damn right I didn't. I'm just waiting. Now, I'm not sure if we go here, there's a radio panel, right? I'm not gonna click in that last one because it's copyright. But, you know, I'm not sure if that's base game or part of a DLC. I think it may be part of natural disasters, but shit, I really don't know. I'm not sure if that was just in an update or part of a DLC, because the game updated right when I got natural disasters, so I really don't know. Or care for that matter, because I have it. I mean, I do care, because I can't teach the students about it. Actually surprised that my last tutorial video got as many views as it did. Right? 10 views may not be a lot, but to me it's a fucking lot. Especially within 24 hours, because keep in mind, this is the next day. Alright, that was Saturday. This is fucking Sunday. Alright, we have a lot of residential demand, so I think we're gonna cut off that commercial district right there and just fill this out with residential. And do the same for here. One pro tip, right? Sometimes when you're zoning on, where is it? Let's see. Like right here on the edge, you'll get these 1x1 buildings. On industry, it's okay. On everything else, don't even zone it. Right? Just de-zone that. Why? Because all they do, if it's not industry, all they do is just cram resources like garbage. So a garbage truck will go past it, and each building, here, I'll demonstrate right here. Each building he passes usually is 1%. So if we have a bunch of little teeny tiny 1x1 buildings, that's so much garbage. Industry, it's usually okay because, you know, the garbage trucks are right there, A, and B, they're producing goods. So it's good there, but not here. Always, always, always de-zone them. Anyway, we're gonna go down here, we're gonna expand here a little bit. Yeah, I know how I said we may get to the high density stuff, but I don't know if we're gonna get to that today, guys. We may not. If I could get the road right, there we go. Just gonna bring this over, intersect with that boulevard. Look at that. Nice grid. Again, grids are best used for commercial and industry because they're a good way of controlling traffic. Again, not the best, but it's pretty good. And I'm gonna show you something here. If you have mass transit installed, you can go to these and like set if like stop signs and shit. It's pretty cool. But you're new, so we're gonna assume you don't have mass transit. Alright. Roads, what is this thing? Oh yeah. That's another thing. But you know, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. That's just showing me. That's more data. You don't need to know about that. Again, mass transit. Hey, we're coming up on 4,000 people here. Our next milestone's at 5,000. What do we get? Yes, I can teach you about it. Yes, we're gonna teach you about some of the higher service buildings here. Oh yes, we need death care. Death care, it's simple. Just put a cemetery down or a crematorium, which you get later in the game. Cemeteries and landfills cannot be bulldozed if they have dead people or garbage in them. They need to be emptied into incineration plants or other landfills first. If it's garbage and if it's dead bodies, then they need to be emptied in the crematoriums or, again, other cemeteries. Alright, that's heating. We don't need to worry about that. We're gonna teach you about the helicopter. No, we're not, actually. Just never mind. That's DLC. Fuck you. We're gonna check the education here. Seems good. High school, we may need a new one. Let's get in a new park down here right by the cemetery so people can maybe throw a basketball on a court. Alright. This is not looking too bad. This is a nice, decent little town. We are gonna do some more long-term planning. Alright, that's what I want to teach you. The last thing I want to teach you today. Long-term planning. Now, typically what I do, I'd have 2 6-lane 1-way roads going down, like right off the roundabout, but I don't have that right now because of the way I planned this. So we're just gonna have a straight road. It's 2-way, it goes down like that. Gonna have, actually no, I'm gonna make this a big road. We're gonna have this road, it comes off like that, connects up the industry. Actually, maybe not like that, because I hate that. So it connects to the industry. And then here, we can have the 2-lane, or 2-highway, kind of going down. Watch out, because that's going to break my shit. I try to get them as close together. Usually one space is as much, but why are you not straight? You're straight down off of that, right? No, you're 89 degrees. Why are you at 89 degrees? There you go, 90 degrees. Alright. Sometimes that'll happen, it's weird. But, you know, you guys don't... I'm assuming you don't have the, degrees, because, again, mass transit shit. Yes, I do want to bulldoze these, because they are an eyesore. And also, we need a new power station. You know what, we're gonna opt for clean energy. So, here, this is a good time to talk about the wind overview. Why don't you use these? So, wind turbines, right, play into the game as, well, they depend on how much wind is in an area. Usually, higher elevations have higher wind. However, if you look over there, valleys and shit, they have lower amounts of wind. Here's a higher amount of wind, 7 megawatts. We go down to a low amount of wind, 5 megawatts. Here, 8, 5. You see what I mean? Quick overview there, but yeah. Alright, so we're gonna continue down. I'm gonna bring it about this far down. Ooh, excuse me. So this, in the future, is probably where most of the city traffic is gonna come from. Typically what I do, I also have roads that kind of cut across, like that, at different intervals. Yes. Look at that. Look at that beautiful angle. That is perfect city planning right there. Damn, I'm hard now. I could do the same. Nah, I probably can't do the same with this. So I think we're just gonna terminate this road. How do I want to do it? Yeah, I'll do it like that. Yeah, and then I'll have a road come across like that. Alright, so now we're gonna just go and change the direction of this road to be facing the right way. Now, if you don't have mass transit, you won't have these giant arrows on the roadway, but you will have these little arrows like that. So, you know, that's pretty simple, easy to figure out which way the road's going. Alright. Now, we have even more residential demand. So I'm gonna upgrade most of these to... Ooh, that's 6 lane. You know what? I'll keep it 6 lane. Sure. Upgrade this little area to 6 lane, and I'm gonna de-zone the commercial here. Because we have a major commercial district, and it's not here. De-zone that too. 2x2 houses aren't hard like the 1x1s, but you know, they're not preferable. So I usually de-zone most of them. Alright. Now, here's a problem. Sometimes you're gonna want to put, like, people on these highways. I normally don't. I would normally put shops or something there. But, yeah, I'll keep shops there. Because, you know, noise and, you know, whatever. But, shops do create more noise. However, here I am definitely putting people, because it's pretty easy access real estate for them. It's free real estate. What? Anyway, we're gonna bring the commercial down on both sides. That's how we do. God damn it. Okay, let's figure out. Okay, now we need to get our water pipes in. Make sure people don't die of no water. Nice. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna check our basic services now. The healthcare is going down over here, so we're gonna get a new medical clinic right there. What about fire? How's our fire protection doing? Alright, again, bit down over here. And I'm assuming police is the same. Yeah, it's low enough. I think, I don't know. I don't have enough money, so it doesn't matter right now, does it? Yes. Yes. Good. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end that here. This has been your tutorial to City Skylines, Part 2. With me, your professor. Oh wow, these bus stops seem to be really freaking busy. Yep, 30 to 30 passengers. Let's actually go to our info view here of transit. 132 a week for buses and 5 per week for taxis. You know what? I could probably go a bit more in depth to the districts now. I want to point at a few good ones to use. Smoke detector distribution's usually good, as well as smoking ban and recycling. Recreational use I usually combine with harsh prison sentences. Because, you know, I've never really had issues with, what do you call it? Fuck. I lost my train of thought. I've never had an issue with, criminals, like, ever. Right? The main issue in this game is traffic, you'll come to find out. So here's our forest industry. As you can see, no pollution, few abandoned buildings. Why? Not enough workers. There could be a reason why we don't have enough workers. There could just not be that many people in the city, or there could be too many educated people, too much competition, stealing the jobs from the educated people. Because if you notice over here, our commercial, no problems, alright? We've full working capacity, right? Here we got some issues. Again, mix of things, but we'll discuss more of this in tomorrow's episode. Maybe tomorrow, I don't know, probably not, because I work tomorrow. But probably Tuesday. I don't work Tuesday. But probably in the next episode, where we cover more stuff. Because this game's complicated, and I'm here to guide you through your first city. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye-bye.